is today. Watched him take the right path in life and sometimes watched him take the wrong path. But through it all, he was always a unique guy right from a little kid on up. But he did a lot of stupid things when he was younger. He once picked a guy's pocket in an airplane and tried to make a run for it. He once won a race, 100-meter dash, won the gold medal, which he went out immediately and had bronze. He once loaned a guy $1,000 to get plastic surgery. He didn't get his money back, though. He couldn't find the guy. He didn't know what he looked like anymore. He once swallowed a bottle of glue. I asked him how he did this. He couldn't tell me. Those bits were sealed. He was also kind of a cool kid when he was younger. He used to scotch tape worms to the sidewalk and watch the birds get hurt. He used to put crazy glue in dance preparation H. But Mark grew up, eventually became a man. But he hadn't found that special someone yet. For years he played the field, or more accurately, played with himself in the field. Mark's favorite singer, George Michael. Now, when Charles Mark could hold his own, which was usually what they asked him to do. Now, actually, to be honest, Mark always did pretty good with girls growing up. In fact, I used to call him a carpenter because he nailed everything that moved. He met Sherry. They hit it off immediately. The spark was there and they fell in love. There was one major problem, though, however. Sherry used to be afraid of the dark until she saw Mark naked. Now she's afraid of the light. But despite this, things worked out. Mark loved everything about Sherry. They were perfectly matched for each other. In fact, she's a lot like Mark. One time, actually, Mark locked his keys in his truck and he had to get a coat hanger so he could get Sherry out. But eventually, he introduced Sherry to us, his family. I asked Sherry if there was anything she didn't like about Mark. She said yes, his breath is so bad I look forward to his fart. She told me also that when he's in the shower naked, even the soap tries to hang itself. Mark then took me aside and said, Jason, the subject of marriage keeps flaring up like one of my bad hemorrhoids. What do I do? I said to Mark, you love her? He said, yes. So I told him, well, then go for it. And later he proposed. The first thing Sherry said was, I want a ring. Mark said, you want a ring? There's one around the bathtub. Now go clean it. Sherry told Mark that stereotypical chauvinistic husband attitude would not work with her, so Mark did the only thing he could do to correct it. He came to me for advice. I told him, Mark, the man wears the pants in the family, but the woman tells him what pair to put on. I told him, always remember, no man is an island, but they all have a peninsula. I told him never confuse the fact that marriage is not an endless hope, it's a hopeless end. It's like sailing on the Titanic and hitting an iceberg that looks just like your wife. But if it's really what you want, Mark, Sherry's a great girl, so go for it. So Mark said, yep, I'm going to do it. I says, all right, just remember these 4 important marriage tips. 1, behind every successful man is a woman. Just make sure Sherry doesn't find out about her. 2, never, ever point the remote control ladder and click it while she's talking. And 3, any problems in the marriage, never mind the marriage counselors, just take it to the Jerry Springer show where it belongs. And 4, nobody understands women until they're married, but by then it's too late. So go get her, kiddo. So Mark thanked me and asked me if I knew of any successful marriage secret. I said, yes, there's only one. The secret of a great successful marriage is honesty. And if you can fake that, you got it made. So with confidence extraordinaire and a proper outlook towards marriage, he went out and they got married today. Now, to be serious for a moment, When you care for someone, you do not try to change that person. You take the good with the bad and be thankful for what you got. Mark and Sherry, you both have lots to be thankful for. As I said, Mark, Sherry's a great girl. You're a very lucky guy. God bless the two of you and have a great marriage. Thank you. So now, Sherry once told me that it was her dream to make out in the back of a limousine with her dream man. That was her all-time fantasy, her dream man in the back of a limo. So Mark ended up driving her and Dave around in that thing all night. Now, we're going to have to... Oh, by the way, Mark, it has arrived in time for your honeymoon. The supply of Viagra you ordered is in. So you can pick that up anytime or just use that. You've got a whole... my sweet, sensitive side, and it actually does exist. Mark was a lost little lad. Sherry a sweet little girl. But this tale really ain't all that sad, so they decided to give marriage a whirl. It sure is true love, Mark said to me, and that is the most important part. I want to be with her, this is plain to see. I love her with all of my heart. The first thing they did was to set the date, and let everything else fall into place. Soon Mark would be a husband for his mate, love in his eyes and a strange smile on his face. July 4th was approaching quite fast. The both of them knew this to be true. Although some concerns would be part of the past, it was almost time to say I do. Their day had arrived and finally was here. The Alberta weather was actually quite fair. Many guests came from far and near to help celebrate the love that they shared. Now Mark has a wife, he's a married man. Rings were exchanged, the vows spoken. Marriage is hard, do the best that you can. Theirs is a bond never to be broken. So now we've all gathered in this festive place to have some fun with the husband and his mate. I can now read the strange smile on Mark's face. The honeymoon comes next, I'm sure you can't wait. Then pretty soon it will be Mommy and Dad. They'll have kids and start a brand new chapter. I told you this tale wasn't really all that sad. It is now time to live happily ever after. So here's to the husband and to his lovely wife. Mark and Sherry, I hope you have fun. A very happy, healthy life. Jason's poem is now done. Thank you. Okay. Now, before I call my dad up, because I'm not done with him yet.
Oh, no.
I'll tell you about a discussion Mark and my dad had about having kids one day, because Mark said, yeah, someday we'll have kids. So my dad said, well, if you do have kids, you have to do what I did when you were born. And I found out what happened. There's a device that allows, I hope no one heard this joke. There's a device that allows the father to feel what the mother goes through when she gives birth. So when Mom was being rushed to the hospital to give birth to Mark, they went into the delivery room, and Dad says, all right, Doc, this father wants to feel what that mother goes through, so flick that machine on. So as she starts going into labor, Mark's head poking out, the pain's coming, he starts to be born, Dad doesn't feel a thing. So he says, I don't understand it, Doc, crank that machine all the way up. So they turn the machine all the way up, Mark's coming, the pain and everything, the delivery, the baby's born, all is well, Dad doesn't feel a thing. So they're driving home with the newborn baby, and the whole trip home, Dad is complaining the whole time, saying, I don't understand it, I didn't feel a thing. His father did not feel what that mother went through. They arrive home to find the mailman dead on the front porch. Ladies and gentlemen, Edward Herbert Rechlo.
Thank you, my belated son.
Well, I want to turn the tables on that and have the head table standing above the audience, because there's a lot of people that have come from far and near, some distances, travel expenses, and everyone came and made this a special day that it has been for Mark and Sherry. I'm sure they appreciate it more than I do. So head table, stand and show them what you got. Now, I confess I had a reason for doing this, because right now I want everyone to stand. The audience, the head table, even the catering people, I want everyone to stand and applaud me, the MC. Thanks to all of you for listening to what I had to say tonight. Thanks to the other speakers as well. Thanks to the caterers, the DJ, now Mark and Sherry. God bless you two on this your special day. What? Also one? Also one. Mark and Sherry, God bless you guys on this your special day. Many more years to come. In fact, let's all get together in 25 of those years and watch them renew their vows. Enjoy your night, the rest of your lives together, and as I said, let's not see you on Jerry Springer too soon. The rest of you enjoy the dance the rest of the night as well. This is Jason Rechlo reminding you to help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Good night, everybody.